Like, is anyone here from like Ireland or?
No.
Dude, I'm fucking shaking actually.
I'm from the UK. I'm from the UK, so sort of near Ireland.
Yeah, where in the UK are you from?
Manchester.
Oh, Manchester. Yeah, it's like
Manchester.
Manchester. Yeah.
Isn't
Yes.
Manchester
I should I'd try screen sharing Dead Rising 2, but I'm fucking paranoid that my computer will do the funny where fucking it won't let me do anything else, and it'll go to a black screen.
When I launch Dead Rising 2 on Steam, sometimes it just crashes. Quite annoying.
Because Steam is like, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work with older games, sometimes it's just like, haha, you can't even fucking play it.
Yeah, and if I want to join my friend on it, we'd both have to turn Firewall off, so it's the only way it works.
That's the only thing I don't like with Steam games. That like, it's a hassle to play online on some of these games.
Yeah.
Hold up, I think I know just the thing to screen share. Hang on, if this works.
Yo, by the way, wait. Guys, STIPO said like he wanted to record some stuff, but I think he isn't here, so
I'm already
y'all need to
recording
record
it.
this, okay?
I'm already recording right now.
That's awesome.
So yeah, we're gonna record the entirety of us talking to Chuck Greene in Rio.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Just like Mom used to make.
Should we ask him to say one of those lines?
Yeah.
I want him to
Hang on,
fucking imitate Frank.
Oh my god. Should I ask him about Rule 34?
Hold on, no. I want to ask him actually. How was it like working with TJ Rotolo for in Case West?
Yeah, I want to also I'll ask him that. Have you met TJ Rotolo? If so, how was your experience with him? That's
I mean, he had to have met TJ Rotolo, considering they worked together in Case West. Anyways, hang on.
It's kind of a stupid question, but I still like wrote it down. I don't know why.
Either that, or like, how was it like working with the other voice actors in while making Dead Rising 2?
Well,
Okay, it seems like this pack doesn't have battery. Hang on. Anyways, dude.
Should I ask him about Rule 34? Oh, sorry.
No, don't ask him that for the
Yo, if anyone wants to watch, I'm gonna be screen sharing Case Zero.
I see that 7-Day Survivor background.
Yes, I went through 7-Day Survivor. Yes, it was painful.
14 hours of just walking around.
No, it was sit, scavenge.
I attempted 7-Day Survivor once. There's a reason I didn't get it.
Look, if there's one thing you should know about me, it's that I'm incredibly persistent.
I just hope you're never
joining now.
God bless you.
There you go, screen sharing Case Zero.
I can hear the Xbox 360 sound.
Same. It just brings so much nostalgia.
Well, yeah, I'm playing Case Zero. Case Zero.
I never had an Xbox.
Yeah.
How did you play Dead Rising then?
PC.
I'm pretty sure it only came out on Steam 2015, right?
No, 2016.
Yeah, I only started playing it like last year.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. Still Creek. Oh,
I've got old Dead Rising 2 achievements from like 2013, 2012.
Hang on.
Honestly, the 360 were the best years.
Chuck is late.
Chuck Greene is exactly. Okay, hold up. Yeah.
Over here.
Here you go. Look at my screen share. This.
Scoop chance lost. Load last save.
Scooped. No, we have 1 hour to give him.
Yeah.
I just feel like he's kind of made a bad decision, I think. Yeah. Like, I tried to warn him about Reddit, but it did not work.
What? Why?
The fight went.
Oh.
Look, if Chuck Greene wants to get Big Chungus, he can get Big Chungus.
Don't say
Oh
that.
no.
Bro.
Big chungus. Oh,
Items with a wrench icon can be used to make combo weapons. Yes.
Oh, by the way, Would you say that playing Case Zero and Case West are worth it? Because I've honestly...
Abso-fucking-lutely. They're really good Dead Rising games. Even if Case... oh.
I like your dress.
Can you just screenshot it and like when Peter gets here, just like post that and be like, how do you see yourself in 30 years?
I saw Rule 34 for you by mistake.
Oh, don't even bring it up. Don't even bring it up. That might just make him leave.
Exactly, don't fucking bring that up, please, for the fucking love of God.
Wait, bring
Okay,
what
I'll
up?
bring it up.
Hold up, there, I took a screenshot of it, of Chuck in that dress.
Beautiful.
I think my ovaries just exploded.
Listen, if you're not dressing up Chuck as a femboy in these games, then what are you even doing with your life?
Exactly,
Yeah.
fucking
Putting a
exhausting, dude.
Servbot helmet on him, like a classified general.
The one, the short jean shorts and the plaid fucking t-shirt.
Daisy Duke.
That
See?
outfit.
The Daisy fucking Dukes. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, with my playthrough of Dead Rising 1, I dressed up Frank in the Servbot helmet and children's clothing, and in Dead Rising 2, I turned Chuck into a femboy superhero.
Yeah, I just killed survivors.
The first thing I did with Frank in Dead Rising 1 when I first got the game, I did Servbot helmet and the yellow tuxedo that I can never find anymore.
Nothing like crippling alcoholism.
Yeah,
I mean,
Don't we all?
honestly, what's the point without it?
exactly.
What's Peter's Discord at? Like, obviously I'm not gonna at him, but just so I actually know when he joins.
I have no
I
clue.
think Knuckle will do an announcement, and like, yeah, this is...
I'm pretty sure you'd go, I am the real Chuck Greene.
Well, we know
Yeah.
Chuck Greene's
Actually, no, I'm the real Chuck Greene.
No, dude,
Oh,
never-
Really?
Are we
Yeah,
all
there he
even
is.
real?
Yo, it's Chuck Greene!
What's up,
Well,
Chuck Green?
if it ain't Chucky Green.
He come to throw your
Oh my god,
panties
it's
at me.
actually him. It's actually him, guys.
Just like Mom used to make.
How you doing, Peter?
Just like Mom used to make.
Oh, just like
We're
Mom
on
used
side.
to make.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How are you? I just run.
Let's go.
So who we got? Let me say hello to everybody. What do I know? Ciao, hola. I don't know. What's the universal? Hey, what's up?
That's pretty universal.
Yeah.
Hey, Peter, I just
bonjour.
want to... I just wanted to say,
That's probably
Peter.
about it.
Hey, Peter. Happy
that
holidays.
works.
Thank you for doing this to the community. It really means a lot for us.
Who am I speaking to?
Biker.
Biker?
Yeah.
Right on, Biker. Where are you from, boss?
Colombia.
Where? Colombia. Where? Colombia.
Yeah, Colombia.
Is there a lot of Chuck Greene, a lot of DR fans in South America?
Not really, to be honest. That's a shame, though.
Someone's mic's echoing.
Yeah.
I see a fair amount of followers from South America. Not too many. Not too many.
Yeah. It's kind of a new thing.
So
But-
I can't hear you guys that well.
Is your volume all the way up?
Turn it up your volume on your phone.
Yeah,
or-
my volume's up. I'm on my phone.
Do you have headphones?
Someone's fan is on.
Someone is
Now let me ask you, who is Coolio and Zed there?
Yeah, here, bro.
Everybody there? So what? How many people do we have? How many? So there's some people that are on the voice.
There's
Some people that are texting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A
some people-
lot
yeah.
of people.
What's that?
There's a lot of people.
So the people. So there's a few people that I'm talking to, like you guys, but then everybody else is listening, and then they can ask questions from the chat, right?
Yeah.
Creeps.
Yeah, we're in
Absolutely.
22 right now.
What's
That'll
that?
work.
So do we have an order for the questions, or like an order?
I think so. I don't know.
Are you asking me?
I mean,
No, we're
I
talking
mean,
to
is
the
there any way you're
George
showing the questions, or
I just, while I'm listening to you guys, I just want to read all the text from people as well, right?
I'll go first since I have like a notepad here of questions I want to ask.
Just speak
All right.
up if you can.
All right. So Peter, in the Dead Rising wiki article of Dead Rising 5, it says that the game's protagonists were you as Chuck Greene and Katie. Can you tell us more about this canceled project?
Oh, it's kind of, well, it's not canceled. It's not out, right? I mean,
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anybody knows much about that, honestly, to be completely fair about it.
well, it's like, you know, I mean, it started off, I don't know, it started off originally, you know, with Frank in Asia, and then Chuck brought North America in, and then we had 3 and 4, and then Capcom Van went under, and nobody took it over. So it's just kind of a big
It's
swamp
kind of a
that
limbo.
it's in, you know, right now, and that's kind of all I know. If I'm 100% convinced that if Capcom Van had stayed on board, you know, we'd be into a DR5. I might get some backlash on this. I think they got a little bit too creative with DR4. I think they went a little off topic.
a lot of
say that again.
You know, which when you do that, you know, it makes it harder to get back on, or you have to, you know, continue on a different path, right? So there's probably that mix of confusion in it, and then also, you know, where's the company? You know, where are they? Where are they right now? And I don't think anybody really knows. If somebody does know, text me or tell me.
How was the experience with Capcom?
What's that?
How was the experience with Capcom? Like, how did they treat you and stuff?
Oh, Capcom was great. I remember after I did, I had the audition with Capcom, and I did some of the dialogue for DR2 at Capcom, and then we moved to a studio. But I remember going in a couple years later to Capcom Van, which is not far from where I live. It's like a half hour from where I live. But I remember going into Capcom, and they're on the second floor, huge place. And I get off the elevator, and right in front of me, on the motorbike, is Chuck looking right at me as soon as I get off the elevator.
Nice.
Yeah. But my experience was good there. TJ, we did a little bit of stuff there together back in the day. Yeah, Capcom was all right.
Awesome.
Um,
Talking about TJ, like how was him? Was it like cool and shit? You know?
For what?
TJ, like how was TJ when you were working with him? Was he cool and stuff?
I don't know. Yeah, he's all right, I guess.
I actually have
What is
two
your
questions.
best advice for
Sorry.
aspiring voice actors?
What's that?
What is your best advice for voice actors, like for beginners?
Oh wow, good question. And I'm sorry if people are asking questions on text and I'm not responding. I'll just let's do some of the voice stuff for a little bit, and then I'll get into the text.
Yeah, it's all good.
Okay, cool. I don't know, man. Like you gotta. I've gotten a few, you know, more than a few actually, quite a few people who are interested in it or just sort of play around with it, and the way I look at it is that like I do voices, I do, you know, character voices, and then I do, you know, I'm the voice for whatever Pepsi and, you know, Molson Canadian, different companies, Bayer, different companies along the way that I've done, which is just your natural voice. I always say this. I always say, like, there's a lot of people that can do different voices and different dialects, and that's fine. You know, that's great that you can do that. But for me, what's more important is you really got to experience the character. You really got to feel it, man. You got to own it. You got to just, you just gotta. It's almost like if you feel a character enough, you don't have to worry about what you're gonna say, how you're gonna say it, if it comes out right or comes out not, because you've invested in it, right? Like you've invested in that character, so that when you put it out there, just trust. People work the opposite way. I call them talking heads, right? A lot of people come from the talking head place. It's like, okay, if it sounds good and the accent is good, or I put on like if I'm doing a character and I do this and that, or whatever you're doing, and it sounds good and believable, then it's good. No, it's not good. I don't give a shit how you sound. I just want to believe you. So that's the biggest. I think that's the biggest thing, is that, and in order to believe that, you have to trust yourself from a really deep place. Like when I went in for Chuck, I remember the night before just kind of going over this, and I'm going, fuck, man, I think this is me. I think yeah, this is me, I think. You just get that feeling, you know? And so I went over the, and I knew as soon as I auditioned, as soon as I put my first line down, I could just tell. I'm like, all right, because I know I'm authentic, and I'm putting it out there, so I know whether I get the part or not. I know they're going to be into it, and I'm sort of looking at them while I'm auditioning, and they're into it. I can tell they're into it, so that kind of loosens me up a little bit more, right? So then, and so that was my thing. That was my thing with Chuck. But just long story short, don't worry about how you sound. Worry about how you feel about the character. Go to that place of feeling and trust, and shoot from there.
That's some cool advice, yeah.
Can you call it your bitch?
What?
You know, by the whole feeling for your character, can you call it your bitch too, or?
Say what?
It's just a bad joke. I like call it your bitch. You know, like feel your character. You know, embrace it.
Oh my
call it your bitch.
Oh, you're making me laugh.
Go there.
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. I'm just careful about offending people. But I guess any female gamers on here probably wouldn't get too offended about that.
I have a question actually.
Thank you.
Yeah,
so
who's
much.
this?
Kuro.
Thank you so much, Peter.
Just call me Rohan.
for answering these questions. Been a big fan.
No problem, brother.
All right, so who's next?
I actually have a few questions.
Yeah.
How when you're recording for Dead Rising 2, how was it working with the separate voice actors for all these characters? Did you like were you all like in a booth together when you were recording the cutscenes for voice actresses like Stacy and Rebecca Chang, or was it all
How's your
separate?
relationship with Katie's voice actor?
Yeah, good question. Who's I think whoever's when somebody's talking, if everybody else could be quiet, that'd be great. Thank you. Great question. Who's this again?
Rohan.
Rohan, thanks. Rohan, when we did in DR2, when we did a lot of the scenes where, you know, we were all together, Rebecca, Stacy, we were all together in there. We were all in the studio together. But that was only probably 2 sessions, and we fed off each other. But a lot of the stuff was Chuck and Katie, and then some incidental characters, and then Chuck stuff on his own. And then even as time went on, it was harder to get everybody into the studio at the same time. So I did a lot of the stuff in there by myself.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm
you
actually
didn't get
surprised
to
that it was just 2 sessions, but like now that I think about it, Katie and you didn't have that many scenes together in Dead Rising 2. But what about Dead Rising 3 though? Oh yeah, same actually. You only appear like.
Sorry, because you were talking before. Is there anybody else that wants to ask something?
Actually, I wanted to bring up something.
Okay.
I just...
Yeah,
one at a time, please.
Yes.
Sorry.
Hold on.
Sorry,
Everybody, like, chill for a second. So, who wants to go next?
Actually, I had one last question.
Yeah. Right.
The sessions for Case 0 to Case West off the record, were those all separate, or were those closely knit together?
You can put them in Dead Rising 2 on
Who's talking there? I can't, bro. You're gonna have to stop talking while he's asking.
Breaker.
I can't hear.
Sorry, Breaker. Can you just you're speaking over him by accident? I think I don't know if you can hear him or not. Sorry.
Oh, my apologies. Absolutely sorry.
No, Rowan, I was talking to Baker. It's all right.
Oh, but hold on, yeah. The sessions for Case 0 to Case West and Off the Record. I know Off the Record was probably a separate session, but for Case 0 West and 2, were those all like together, or were those all separate sessions?
Separate. They were separate.
All right.
Yeah. I don't know why. I don't know why you just reminded me of this, but when you said Off the Record, I just had a little flashback of doing some of the Chuck Psycho lines, and
They're great.
I don't know if you know this, but
That must have been
the director for DR is a great friend of mine, Alistair Abel. I don't know if any of you have heard that name, but he was a big part of Chuck. He you know, I don't know if anybody's ever been in the studio, but you know, you have you're in your enclosed place as a performer, and then you have the glass, and then you have all the directors and execs and producers and everybody behind the glass. So Alistair Abel was a good, especially with Psycho Chuck, because it took me a while to kind of get into him, right? Because just, you know, Chuck's Chuck, right? It's like, hey, Chuck's just cool. What are you gonna do? You know, no one's gonna fuck with Chuck. Chuck's Chuck. But then you go into the Psycho Chuck, and it was just like, how are we gonna do this? You know, how are we gonna? So I would give him a little bit, and then he'd give me, and then we finally came up with, you know, what we came up with. But the director, especially for stuff like that, is very important.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, I think Biker's been waiting with a question. If you wanna.
No,
Thank you for
actually, I'm eating.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that.
All right. Actually, I have a question.
So I
What's
wanted
that?
I wanted to ask.
What?
So, what got you inspired into random
You're breaking up. I can't hear you.
choice?
Your mic broke
Like,
off.
what's the backstory behind it?
Sorry, I can't.
Here, let
Somebody
me try.
whoever asked that, they broke up. I didn't hear.
Yeah, your connection's all messy.
I think
Want
he
to say
meant
that again?
Oh, okay. How about now?
Yeah,
But
speak
we
now.
have a special.
Go ahead.
Guys, can you hear me? Or am I still?
I think he's having trouble connecting. It must be his mic.
I think so. Yeah.
You could just add him, tell him to ask his question in the text.
Yeah. For everybody that's listening, that's not talking, we'll do a text in about 10 or 15 minutes. Okay.
Awesome.
Should you make a no mic channel, so like literally a channel dedicated to questions, just so it doesn't clog up off topic or something?
I think it'll be alright for now.
Am I alright to ask a question?
Okay. Is that okay if I try?
Go for it.
Okay. Like it's a few. Like first question is, how much could a woodchuck chuck if it could chuck wood?
A woodchuck could chuck as much wood as a woodchuck could if a woodchuck could chuck wood.
Oh, okay. I have a question. Would you be open to appearing like in fat? Oh shit. Oh yeah, I have a question. Would you like to? Would you mind? Are you open to appearing like in fan films or anything? Like I'm thinking of like making one. Would you be open to it? I think I texted you on Instagram about it.
Yeah, text me again. I'm open to whatever. Can you say your alphabets backwards?
Are you calling me
Not well
drunk or?
complicated.
Check this out. You ready?
Yeah.
This is the Chuck thing. ZYXWVUTSRQPONMLKJIHDFEDCBA. Bam!
Great. Now I don't know how to say the alphabet forward. Thanks, Chuck.
Amazing.
Peter, is that because you've had too many DUIs or pullovers by the cops?
All right, yeah. They won't let me drive anymore. I've been walking this. I tried to get on my motorbike. They won't even let me do that.
Oh, jeez.
I know, right?
Triggered.
Calendar.
Hey,
But yeah, if you want to, if you're thinking about doing some, I don't know what you said, a movie or live anime or something or whatever. Yeah, I'm up to listen to any suggestions. So yeah, you can give me hit me up on Instagram. And if anybody's out there not following on Instagram, we got over 1,000 followers for for Chuck on Insta. So make sure you come follow me and say hi, and we can continue chatting on there. Because, you know, before somebody asks the next question, the only reason I'm on Instagram really is for you guys. That's it. That's it.
Hell yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
I mean, I think somebody asked me about that, and it was like it was about 3 months ago or so, and just COVID. You know, I was feeling a little bit down or whatever, and not really down. I was just kind of like, what the fuck am I gonna, you know? And I don't know. Chuck just saw somebody. My agent said something about Chuck Greene, or maybe I got some fan mail. Yeah, I think I got some fan mail, which comes to my agent, and I was like, man, I've kind of neglected the DR fans over the years. I'm a regular on a show called Stargate, and I've traveled the world doing conventions, so I've kept in touch with them that way. But I've never kept in touch with the DR fans. So. Oh man, these last 3 months connecting with you guys has just been like crazy, and hearing all these stories about, you know, what Chuck meant to you and what DR meant to you, and how it was such a big part of your childhood, and you know, how you played with your brothers or sister, or you watched your big brother play, or you know, whatever, or Chuck was a hero to you, or you could relate to Chuck, or you liked him because, you know, he was a badass, but he also loved his kid and would throw himself in front of a bus for her, or whatever. Like, all these stories, like, I want to thank you all for them, because, you know, they really mean a lot. They really touch me.
Thank you, man.
You mean a lot to us, Chuck.
I thought it was just a midlife crisis, but...
It's a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
I am struggling to think of a question.
I have a question.
all right, go ahead.
Okay, Chuck Greene. What was your favorite Dead Rising 2 ending?
Who am I talking to?
Web pipes. Web pipe center.
Web pipes?
Lead pipe.
Lead pipe.
Yes.
Ooh, I don't want to fuck with you.
Go break your fucking kneecap.
Hey, pipe. What was your favorite ending?
Oh man, I don't know. Probably SOA. They're both really good.
Yeah, that was mine too. Next question.
All right. I have a question.
No, he likes the ending where they all die.
Yeah, I have a question.
Oh yeah.
All right. So,
what's the most realistic ending possible? Sorry, my bad.
Oh no, it's fine. So this is Stuff speaking right now. Stuff. Yes.
Like STUFF?
Yes.
Hey, listen, Stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, you're probably too young for this, but you know who George Carlin is?
No, I don't.
I've heard the name, yeah.
Dad's talked to me about him.
Okay, so I'm probably closer to your dad's age. So, listen, do me a favor, Stuff.
Yeah.
When this is over, Google George Carlin and Stuff. He does this 10-minute comedy thing on Stuff. It's hilarious. I don't know. I'm older. Maybe it's funny to me. It might not be funny to you, but do me a favor and still watch it.
All right.
Go for it.
You forgot to mention the 7 swear words thing.
Yeah, that's good too.
All right.
I only knew they referenced it in SpongeBob. Sorry if I keep cutting you guys off.
It's fine. Now, my question for you is actually from a friend of mine. We actually just beat Dead Rising 2 today together, so... he was wondering, what is your favorite of Chuck's one-liners after defeating the psychopaths?
Well, let's just stay for let's just talk the one-liners right now. Out of all the one-liners, and this is going to probably sound weird to everybody, but I'm going to try to do it like I do it on the game, okay?
All right.
Yes.
It's so weird, funny Chuck. All right. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
This feels funny.
I love that.
That one made me laugh so freaking hard.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like I hear that it still makes me laugh.
That's great.
I love the slight aggression. This feels funny.
yeah, that one's good too. Yeah.
Yeah.
My two favorites are "This Feels Funny" and "Hey, buddy."
Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
Just hey,
honestly,
buddy.
Hey, anybody there?
Honestly,
Anybody
that
there?
The way Chuck like says "buddy" is super threatening to me. I don't know why.
Yeah, I just
Super
gotta
what?
say,
Well, because it's Chuck Greene.
Threatening. Yeah, threatening, like kind of scary.
Threatening. Threatening.
So, yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
buddy.
yeah, I gotta say,
I thought you were one of those.
Hey,
crazy-
listen. While we're at it, just everybody one-on-one. Tell me some of your favorite Chuck one-liners.
all right. So for me, I after defeating Leon in the game, gotta say one of my favorites has to be, "Yeah, you're on fire."
I was going to say that.
Oh, I love that one.
No, absolute fan
Yeah,
favorite.
that one just made me laugh so much after hearing
Just like
that.
Mom used to make.
Yes.
Just like Mom used to
That's
make.
just great.
No,
Oh,
no,
God.
no, hold up. One of the best ones has to be the one after being Seymour. I saw what you did there.
That one.
That one's
My favorite one is "You May Now Kiss the Bride."
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Right on.
Peter, Killer Gentleman actually has a question he wanted to ask you, if that's all right.
Yeah, go for
Yeah,
it,
I have
Killer.
something to ask. First of all, my favorite one-liner is definitely, I don't know why, but it is when you say what, like in the beginning, when Chuck finds out he's been framed. I don't know, the voice sounds so genuinely shocked, it's amazing. But once
Yeah, so it's more of an acting thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so genuine, so real.
Exactly, dude.
But one question I wanted to ask if you were to voice another character in any of the DR games you worked on, which one would it be?
Oh, wow. If I was to voice another character in a...
Katie, say Katie.
I don't know, man. I'd like to throw a new twist on Frank.
Yes.
Can be better than Ty Olsen.
Yeah.
Oh, do you know
That would be
Ty's
different.
a buddy of mine.
Oh, is he?
You would have been.
Really?
You would have been great as Isabella, gotta say.
Nice.
Oh.
Nice.
Oh yeah, so great.
Can you do
My
an
ovaries
impression
just
of
exploded thinking
Frank?
about it.
Chuck. Can I ask something?
Okay, so I
Go
have
ahead.
a question. Can you guys hear me clearly?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
Okay, that's good. So I had a question. What got you started into voice acting? Like, was there a motivation behind it?
Wow, great question. It's not really that kind of. Well, actually, it's not an exciting story, but what I'll say afterwards is kind of cool. So, so I've been an actor for 20 years, and I've done probably over 100 shows. And when I first got my biggest agent, which was Lucas in Vancouver, and then went to New York and LA, and then I ended up back in Vancouver and LA, back and forth all the time. And I went into my agent at the time, Richard, into his office, and I always passed this other guy named Ralph, and I was like, what the fuck, what's he do? So I just poked my head in one day, and he's like, oh, we do voice work here, like for commercials. And I'm like, oh, really? And he played me one of his clients, and I was like, oh, fuck, can I do that? He goes, yeah. He goes, go home, go through a magazine, and pick out like 3 or 4 different types of ads that is gonna represent your voice in different ways. So you got your beer commercial, you got your car commercial, you got your bank commercial, and you got your, I don't know, baby commercial. 4 or 5 different ads that just show different aspects of your voice. So I went home and did it. And in those days, we had cassette tapes. You probably don't know what they are. Anyway.
I actually do. They had them when I was a kid.
So I did that, and I went in, and he kind of like, and he's the top agent in Canada too, right? You have to, that's kind of important to understand. So his client list is pretty huge. So I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll do it. So I go in, I make a little tape, I do 4 or 5 things, like he said, I take it in, And I could tell right away, he's like, uh-huh, okay. And then he sent me out an audition, another audition, and then within a couple years, I started working all the time. And to this day, when people come in that are new and he wants to show them something, he still shows them my before and after. He still has the cassette tape of my original thing, like I said, that he showed me how to do. And then now I've got, a bunch of voice, and he shows, well, this is the guy that came in and asked if he could do it, and this is what he did in a couple weeks, and this is what he does now. So,
holy shit!
Wow, that's
cool,
great.
man.
Yeah, that's an interesting story. Which also leads me to my next question. What was your favorite? What was your favorite job of voice acting? Like, what was your favorite project?
Really, you asking me that?
How dare you?
How dare you? Don't get mad. We won't get mad.
Come on.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan, dude.
Just probably a guy by the name of Chuck Greene, DR.
Yes.
Expected.
I've never heard of him.
Peter, I don't have a question, but I just want to say this is STIPO, by the way.
Hey, Stip.
I just want to say on behalf of the whole Dead Rising community that you are too good for us. We really thank you for being here.
Definitely. You're a humble man.
After the holidays, we'll make a video, because I know the whole community wants to hear more from you. Pretty much anything from you they want. So I think we just have to give.
I don't know. I'd say it's probably a tie between me and you, but if you want to give it to me, I'll take it. Yeah, if anybody's paying attention, Stip and I are. We're on the prowl. We're gonna put a little something out there for everybody. So stay tuned.
That's awesome.
Sex tape.
Let me ask something.
Patreon exclusive. Sorry, go ahead.
So Chuck, when you were getting into working on Dead Rising 2, did you have any idea how big of a game it was going to be? And
great question.
When did you learn?
Great question. I learned 3 months ago when everybody started talking to me online. No, I knew a little bit before that. That's a little bit of a tease, but not really. When I went into the game, you never really know, right? You don't know what's going to be. I mean, I had a little bit of an idea because of DR1, but they were changing things a lot too, right? So I didn't really know. Had an idea, but you never really know, right? And so that's the answer to the first question. And when did I know? When I knew? I think STIPO. I think because of STIP. I do get fan mail, so that helps a lot. So any of you guys that have sent me stuff, thank you. But I went on, what was it, like 2 or 3 years ago? I went on the YouTube just to check it out. And there was this STIPO guy that put this stuff up. And I can't remember, but I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I mean, some of his shit had like 3, 4, 5 million views or something. And I was like, Jesus Christ! I mean, I knew it was a popular game, but holy! And then I looked around, and I saw all these YouTubers doing, piggybacking, off STIP or whatever, but yeah, just that made me open my eyes and go, wow, this did catch on, and.
That's awesome.
So now I've never heard of this gentleman that you speak of.
You guys probably know better than I would, but I'm beginning to understand, and nothing against the other DRs, but especially DR2. It's a pretty iconic game.
Oh, yeah. It is.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep. Oh, very iconic.
Yeah.
Can
I one other thing. Sorry, I'll let you go ahead after. I just wanted to say thanks so much for everything. We really appreciate you coming in and speaking. Like STIPO had said, it's really awesome that you're willing to.
Thanks, brother. Who's this?
This is Undead Frankie, or Frankie. Is there any way I could get you to say yeah, smooth?
Yeah, smooth.
That's just like the game. Okay. So, are we answering chat questions? Because I saw a bunch come in just now.
Okay, so I'm going to do 2 more minutes. I'm going to answer one more question, and then I hope I'm going to be able to make my way to text. Okay, so let's.
Sounds good.
Is there anybody that's on this voice chat right now that hasn't asked me a question that wants to?
Orange Umbro.
Yes. I had something to maybe.
Yeah, we'll try to moderate it. Anyone who hasn't said something, let's actually get your questions heard here, because there's a lot of people going, talking over. So yeah.
Could I ask?
Yeah, go crazy.
This is Harvey here. I've been playing the game like 10 years. Thanks, Dead.
Right on, Harvey. Nice to meet you, bro.
Nice to meet you too. It's an absolute honour to talk to you. What was it like going into a new game of Dead Rising 3 and playing like a different kind of Chuck where he's kind of like aged a bit?
That wasn't, Harvey. That wasn't a big deal at all. That was a very, very little adjustment compared to Psycho Chuck, right? I mean that when you got to do an upgrade of 5 or 8 years or whatever, that's nothing. That's Absolutely. For an actor. That's the easy stuff. It's when if you're really drunk or really high or really fucked up or whatever, then it gets challenging, right?
Well,
Damn
thank
it!
you for answering the question. I appreciate it a lot.
No problem, Harv.
Is there a question?
Yep, go ahead.
Alfred Rosenberg, speaking about my online name.
Who are you?
Alfred Rosenberg.
Alfred, nice to meet you, man.
So when you were getting into Psycho Chuck, did you do anything in particular, or was it just a shift of tune and getting into the new character?
That's a great question, Alfred. Everybody would have a different take on that, but my take is I don't have enough brain capacity up there to make all kinds of crazy choices or think I'm going to do. I just trust my gut, right? And I trust the director and I trust my gut and I feel it out, right? I don't sit down with a piece of paper or like try to say, oh, he talks like this or he makes this or this is who he is. No. I look at the lines. I just feel them out. Like I look at what are the lines saying? What are they saying? And then I let that percolate a little bit, and then I just trust, man. It's just whatever comes out of the garb comes out of the garb, And then the director pipes in a little bit, and then you gotta to be really good at this stuff. You gotta lose your ego. You gotta have a healthy ego, but you have to be able to do like a tango match with the director and the producers, because you're getting feedback from everywhere. And if you don't really listen and incorporate what they're saying, then you're kind of beating yourself up even before you start. So I like to keep an open space, a very open space. Just let it digest a little bit. Hear what everybody else is saying. Let that filter in through the bod a little bit, and then just start to spit out lines. It gets there. It's a very I don't want to overuse this word, but it's a very organic process. And when I watch actors, I know who's being organic and who is making definitive choices about their character.
Yeah.
Peter.
So how about, can we, who's Zed and Cool? Are you guys kind of, I know somebody's been kind of monitoring this.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to go to the text now.
Wait, Peter?
Sounds good.
What channel is it?
So for everybody that's texted already, I do apologize. I mean, there's so many there, right? I can't go to the top. I mean, I'm not.
Just answer what you can, man. No worries.
So just so I know, Stip or Coolio, just so I know. So who was the last? So I have Windy Marine. Is that the last one who tested or text?
No, that's. I'm just opening the chat questions for everybody.
Monkey Chapo asked a question, I think, Peter.
I could open a channel just for questions. I kind of came into this late, so.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Should I tell everybody about it?
Yeah, write it an announcement. I'll make it really quick.
Hey, Peter, am I good to ask one more random question in voice chat, if that's alright?
Quickly.
Yeah, you said last time in the text discussion that Apocalypse Now was your favorite movie. Is that like, why is that? Just curiosity.
Well, I mean, not to overuse the word organic, but you know how they filmed that, right?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, like over like 3 years or something.
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of the times during the day, I mean, on the day, they didn't really even know what they were going to shoot or whether they had the money to shoot. And all the actors were just sort of living and breathing their daily vices, whatever that may be. I just like movies that are raw, that are just,
yeah,
you know, that are just raw. I don't like. I mean, I think that's why I connected with Chuck, right? Is like he's just, you know, like that game. Chuck is just raw, you know. He's just
badass.
He's just being Chuck in the moment of every moment, you know. And I found, I don't know, I found that in the movie the same way. Without getting into the details of the movie, I just like the rawness of it and the believability and the organic nature of the characters and how the movie flowed.
Sure, I appreciate the answers on that. Thanks.
Okay, I'm sorry for interrupting. I just gotta feel like a dick. I'll just make it quick. First thing, you know Chuck is a dad because of the puns, and secondly, oh shit. Yeah, I just want you to say this one thing. Can you say trans rights?
Say what?
Can you say trans rights?
Trans rights for what?
Just trans rights.
Well, can you give me something on it? You mean like transsexual?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I'll do that all day. I'm like, fuck yeah, unity. What? How do you want me to say it?
Yeah.
Let's just say trans rights. Okay, just.
All right, quiet on set, please. Trans rights.
Yeah.
Holy.
All right, so let's move to text. Peter, there's a new chat. It's above off topic. You probably have a little red icon on it. It's called Chat with Chuck Greene. So that's where we'll do the text chat.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you made that easy. Wow.
Oh, yeah.
So, okay, so Dune West Production is the last one?
Yep.
Oh, wow. Cool. Okay. So everybody go slow here. Fellow Irish person in Galway. I don't know where Galway is.
Oh, I'm offended now. Fuck you.
Fuck him in the nicest way possible.
M-Chance, no spamming it. No what? I don't know. Jerry313, is there another voice actor for Chuck in mind? If the answer is yes, no, I was their pick right off the top. They didn't have a chance.
Nice.
Yeah, to fight to the top.
Monkey Chapo, Peter, since I think you have a son, daughter, I don't know, have they played Dead Rising or know well about it? No, they don't give a shit. You wish you had more of a role when it came to Chuck in later games, such as being in the main role again, and if so, would you take it if the offer came for Chuck to be the main character again? Yeah, more, and yeah, I would, and I talked about that a little bit earlier, where, you know, the company, they got creative, you know, and I was talking to somebody about this earlier, that, and this is no ego on my part at all, but Chuck is he's like he's the backbone of DR as far as I'm concerned. I mean, some people might say Frank.
Yeah, it's funny.
Might say others, which is great. I mean, everybody has their part.
Chuck was in
but
3,
sometimes companies, there's 5 or 6 people that are giving their feedback. Some like to stay on track with what's working. Some like to go off track with trying new things. And, you know, I mean, and sometimes when you go off track, too far off track, it's hard to bring back the original thread, right? So, but if they did, and Chuck came back and was to, you know, revive, you know, the game, or if they wanted to bring that type of game back, hell yeah, I'd be all over it, and I would bring it back. And there's only one character that could bring it back, and it's Chuck Greene.
Just a request real quick. Can somebody put slow mode on the chat?
What's that?
Yeah.
No, just a request for the chat owner. Can somebody put this slow mode? You should probably make it a
question
minute.
one.
Oh my god, a new Marvel vs. Capcom game with Chuck would be
So,
awesome.
M-Chance, what was your reaction to Psycho Chuck? Well, I already talked about that, Chance, right? I mean, I already discussed a lot of that, and my reaction to it was I just left an open space for Psycho Chuck to come out in between myself and the director. You know, we brought him in and let him get a little bit crazy, and it seemed like it worked.
Yes.
Nahara, going to repost my question now. Question: how was the process in getting the role as Chuck Greene, and how many different variations of the voice did you go through to nail the voice down? Love from Ireland. Great question. So, and thank you for the love and the green heart. I get it. You know, like I was saying, Nahara, in my original with the guys earlier, was that once I read the script for Chuck, you know, I felt that inside that you know, I had a good feeling I was him. You know, it just felt right. Now, what they'll do as producers and directors and whatever, they'll fuck with you a little bit. They'll try to. So it's like I went in and nailed it, right? And I'll just talk about this whole full circle thing in a second. But I went in, nailed it. But they want to move you left and right, up and down a little bit. Well, what if we make them a little softer? Or what if you make them a little bit edgier? But they just want to see if you can do all that arc with them. And I did all that. But sure enough, we just came back to what I did originally.
Cool.
Dune West production. Did you see the Chuck in the movie? Yeah, I saw a little bit of it. Step, ask a question. What? What are you saying, Step?
No, I was just moderating the chat there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Craigie Jones. How do you think Chuck would have been in Dead Rising 1 story? Yeah, good question, right? I mean, because you're dealing with two different beasts. You know, you're dealing with two different parts of the world, two different countries, two different viewpoints. I think if Chuck had been in D1, I mean, you know, you can't take D1 away from Frank, obviously, but you know, it would have been a slow intro, just a slow tease, just a slow bite. But that's a good question. I don't know how. I mean, I'm not sure. Maybe somebody else might have a good idea about that, how to introduce Chuck in DR1 as opposed to him just coming in DR2. But maybe for another day we'll do that one. Alfred, besides Psycho Chuck's theme, love Firewater. Yeah, I love that. Love Firewater. No, I don't know. I think Firewater is. I love that, man. I guess you like that too, right?
Yeah, it's probably one of the best, I'm not gonna lie.
If you didn't bring that up, I would have said that. So. Shulk Narakuma. Question for Peter: was playing Psycho Chuck a surprise when Off the Record was being made, since he was the main character of DR2? Wow, Shulk, my brain's a little bit scrambly. I might have to say that one again. I don't know if I caught it. Was playing Psycho Chuck a surprise when Off the Record was being made, since he was the main character? I mean, yeah, of course, right? Yeah. I mean, Psycho Chuck was a piece of work. I mean, I like the storyline of it. I like the ballsiness of Capcom. I like what they did. I like the writing of it. Because they could have kept Chuck quite linear for a long time. But I like what they did. It was a bit of a surprise, yeah. But hey, when you get paid good, you just go with the flow. The smoke. The smoke. Which would you fight, Several ducks. What the fuck? Several duck-sized horses, or one horse-sized duck. Several duck-sized horses. Smoke.
There you go.
Yeah, because you can kick those little bastards around, right? Like you get.
Yeah, would you call it a Hail
one
Mary?
big ass sized duck. I mean, that would scare the shit out of me. I'd have to
You put that
bring
stick, call
Psycho
it Hail
Chuck in
Mary.
to deal with that. Monkey Chapo, how was it like working with Andrew Lawrence? How he's a piece of work. He's good, Nick. Yeah, he's good. Tease. Did you get to see any scenes while voicing for any action? Good question. I think so. I'm just trying to think. I do so much voice work, so I'm just trying to go back to that. Like, was there any reference? Yeah, we had a video. Yeah, we had a camera in there. Yeah, I'm sure. Yes. Yes. Yeah, answer is yes. Cools and the Coolio. Would you ever want to be in a new Marvel versus Capcom game? Yeah, sure. Hitman. Do you have a favorite line from DR2? Is Hitman on voice?
I'm here.
What's your favorite line from DR2?
I like the end when you're talking to Sullivan. I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
Like you're yelling at him on the top of the roof. I thought that was very awesome.
Yeah, that was pretty good, wasn't it?
That speech was awesome.
You know, when I think of DR2, I think of you know, a lot of the scenes, you know, making reference to Katie's mom and talking to Katie. I mean, you know, some of that stuff was pretty deep shit, right? I mean, that was pretty, like, some of that stuff was pretty heavy. And I would say a lot of that stuff I did, you know, talking about Katie's mom and, you know, if I was having trouble getting Zombrex or if I was losing my mind, if I didn't know where it was coming next or, you know, and then seeing the look on her face, you know, all that stuff. I'd say that's probably my favorite. Cool. Step, 30 seconds, slideshow mode enabled. Cub, how fun was it to do the voices for the Super Ultra Dead Rising 3 DLC, since I think you're a fan of some of Capcom's, since I think you're a fan of some of Capcom's other franchises. Yeah, that was a lot of fun to do. Forrest, were there any drastically different versions of Chuck prior to the final one made for DR2 K0? Good question, Forrest. So, like in the, I think I'll answer this the way your question poses it, but in the audition process, you know, even though if they have a number 1 and number 2, they still have to have 3 or 4 people, right? That they think are going to be possibly Chuck. And I think it was the 3rd or 4th time in there. And I don't think he was allowed to show, but I think it was Abel let me listen to some of the guys that were up for Chuck, and
you got a little taste.
And they were all good, you know. They were all good, right? They all had that element of Chuck, not the whole spectrum, but you know, some had different pieces. But there's this one guy they were into. He had a really high pitched voice, and I didn't get it. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, this guy was.
I'm Chuck
Greene. Yeah,
Chuck Greene, voiced by
right?
SpongeBob
You know?
SquarePants.
Like, Katie, we need some Zombrex. Or something like
Katie,
So that one, I remember laughing at that, and I looked at him like for an answer, and he would just always shrug his shoulder. I don't know, man. Who knows? They're execs. I don't know. That was good. Scruffy. Do you do fun little one-liners in your regular day life? Like, if you notice your clock is broken, you say something along, well, that was a waste of time. I love the Scruff.
Yeah, this has been really fun.
Oh, fuck. I would
like
Chuck
something
do
you-
that. Fucking, the clock's broken. Fuck. That was a waste of time.
That sounds like something you'd tell Katie in the morning.
I don't get it.
Katie, get your ass out of bed.
Oh, that's the last thing he would say. Come on, Peter.
That's why she ran away.
Rough, great question, but I don't think, man. I don't think I do. I might. I mean, I can be a little off sometimes, but I don't think. No, I'm not a one-liner guy.
I appreciate that you liked my question, though.
Emma Scott, how was it working with TJ? All right, let me tell you guys something about TJ.
Oh shit.
No, actually, you know what? I'm not going to say anything about TJ.
Aww.
But what I will say, is, I don't know TJ's deal. I don't know what he's into, what he's up to. But I would like to do a Q&A with TJ.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so do we.
But like on here or?
That would be awesome. That'd be the sickest thing ever.
I was hoping.
I don't think I don't think he's into it. But I mean, if any of you guys reach out to him and get the hook, I mean, you'll be
can make it happen.
famous as STIPO, so something to think about.
We can make it happen.
I was hoping you'd say some like drama or something like that, or like some you had an affair or something like that, or.
No, we. Somebody asked me that before. I remember being at Capcom van with TJ, and we just, we both knew who we were, right? Like it's like Frank West meets Chuck Greene, and it doesn't matter if the two guys are good guys or whatever. It's like one hero meeting the other hero in the same room, right? So there's as friendly as it's going to be, it's always going to have that little bit of hero battle.
Yeah, competition. Yeah,
like Cap and
right?
Iron
You know
Man.
what I'm saying? So it's like so, and I remember like TJ's a great guy, but I think he was keeping it closer to he was staying in that character. He was staying in that Frank West guy. I we're trying to like bust him out a little bit, but whatever. I mean, each to their own. But he's a great voice actor. He's a good guy, and we had some fun. We had some fun at Capcom. Let's do a couple more questions, and I'm going to call it a day, guys.
Sure.
Go fun.
Sorry.
Very good.
Shit.
I just want to read somebody who hasn't had one yet. Jerry. Let me see. Let me go down the list here and see. Jerry. Winter. Winter, what was the worst role you've had? What's the worst role you've had? Oh, great question.
He's gonna joke and say Chuck Greene. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
That would be a little bit ironic.
Let me ask backwards. Role. I don't. Okay, weirdest. Well, I've done a few weird roles. I mean, I've played weirdest worst role. I can't think of any weirdest worst role. I can think of weird, but I can't think of worst. I mean, some characters were, more fun to play than others. I've had the privilege, over my career of playing, opposite many, good-looking women, and we've got to roll around and get paid for it, which was kind of cool.
Cool.
And that's always kind of weird. I'll tell you a story. So, I did this movie. I played I played a serial killer, I think, in this movie. Ooh. And I starred opposite Nicolette Sheridan. I don't know if anybody knows who Nicolette is.
I've heard the name,
She was a super huge glamour girl, 20 years ago. And so when you do a sex scene, you're in a closed set, so it gets really sensitive, and everybody, you know, all the grips, only the people that need to be in there, like the ACAM and the director and DOP, and everybody else, you know, has to go. But there's like 6 or 7 people in there, and so what they do is they put flesh-like material over, you know, the girls' privates, and then the guy wears like a, you know, slinky little skin color underwear, whatever. So Nicolette and I are under the covers, and this is my first lead in a film, right? So I'm being cool, of course, but I'm fucking nervous. But so we're under the sheets, and the goddamn camera, something happens with the camera. And then so I'm on top of her, we're rolling around and stuff. And, sorry guys, we got camera problems. And Nicolette gets a little bit upset because, you know, she's the hero, right? She's the star. I'm just a lucky guy that gets to be in bed with her for a half hour. So we're rolling around, and then she freaks out. She stands up because there's been silence in the room for like 4 or 5 minutes because they can't get this fucking camera working.
Oh shit.
So she stands up, full nude, and she goes, I have never had this happen to me before in my life. And then she looks down at me. She looks at me. I'm like, holy fuck, what's she gonna say? She goes, I've been in bed with, sorry, what's your name? I'm like, Peter? I've been in bed with Peter for 5 minutes. I have not felt anything down there. That is the first time that's happened to me. This man has not even had a semi.
Oh, man.
I turned so many
And
shades
you
of
gave
fuck,
birth
so
to
many shades of
Katie?
red. But God love her, there was so much tension in the room, and people had to leave the room. They were laughing so hard.
That's a hard poke at your ego, huh?
Oh yeah.
Wait, is that a compliment? Are you? You're not supposed to, are you?
What's that?
Never mind.
What was the film called?
Murder in my mind. Murder in my mind.
If you IMDb me, I think it was originally called Murder in My Mind, but I think
it was changed to Murder in the Sheet.
I think on my IMDb, it's I think it might be still Murder in My Mind, but you know, if you look up Nicolette Sheridan, who was in it, Stacy Keach, Peter Coyote, a lot of famous people were in it. So, but you should be able to find it if you want to do a little bit of work.
You have a very lovely photo on IMDb.
What's that?
Your photo on IMDb is it's not the most flattering.
Oh, you don't like it? I like it. I remember because the director, I had to get my face in between this grate because I was being somebody's trying to kill me, I think, or something. I can't remember. And they had to push my face in this grate, and they had this camera coming up from the sewer to film me, and I just thought it was such a cool shot. I mean, yeah, I guess it's.
Oh, yeah, there it is. Murder in My Mind.
I guess it's not too. Okay, so let's do a couple more questions.
Can I say something right fast, or is it not convenient at the moment?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, first off, this is Orange Embro. This is not a question. I just wanted to thank you so much for saying before trans rights in Chuck's voice.
Yeah.
I know there's like a lot of people in the chat thanking you, but my best friend from the UK is actually transgender, so
yeah.
I'm gonna keep it anonymous because I'm not even sure if they are okay with me saying this publicly.
Yeah, yeah.
But like they're my best friend, you know, so I wanted to say just thank you for saying that. They messaged me and they're very happy with that you said that, and you know, the support means a lot to them.
Well, hey, and you know, to anybody that's trans or you know, whatever your sexual preference or whatever, you know, it's
yeah.
too, or the way you want to be in the world, whatever. it does make me sad that there's a lot of ignorance in the world that
Totally.
prevents people from being their true, authentic self. So, maybe I hope in the future more conversations and more humility and more just universal understanding of compassion of human beings can be part of the regular dialogue. So we don't have to butt up against so much fucking ignorance all the time.
Totally.
Wait, I'm sorry. Speaking of that, can you say it again? I didn't get the audio.
Someone recorded it.
It's being recorded.
We can't.
I just want the glory of it, though.
You'll get to hear it later.
I'm
you
gonna
can pop it out in
upload.
Audacity, dude. I'll even do it for you.
I'm gonna
Just message
upload.
me.
Since I joined, I'm gonna upload this to my second channel just as like an audio archive. So anyone that.
That
All right,
sounds
so
good.
let me answer one more. I'll just sort of spin through the questions here. Whoever gets it, I guess. I don't know. All right, DCT. If you could personally change one thing about DR2 or the franchise as a whole, what would you change? Well, I don't want to harp on that. I don't know. I just think I wouldn't. I don't know if I'd change anything about DR2. I think DR2 is pretty solid. I mean, I could talk about alternative ways of maybe bringing in Katie's mom a little bit more, or maybe a little. I'm not sure about that though. But outside of DR2, you asked about the franchise. I wouldn't have been so bold and gone in a completely different direction in DR4. That's all I can say about that. Let me answer one more. Armok?
You lucky bitch.
Jeez. No, I think everybody's asked a question. I think I can...
What?
You see anybody there that hasn't asked, that I haven't answered? It looks like I've answered everybody here.
Can you say
I have a
one last
question.
thing?
What's that?
Could you say I covered wars, but in Chuck's voice?
Oh,
yes.
Rivalry.
Yeah, that's a pretty classic line, isn't it?
Yes.
Be quiet.
Be quiet!
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to challenge somebody. I covered wars, right? Is that the line you want?
Yeah.
I want somebody to do that in their best Chuck voice.
I'll do it, fucking.
I feel obligated.
I'll try. I do acting, yeah.
Go for it.
I've covered wars, I'm sorry, that was horrible.
See, now here, can I just say something? Now this is cool that you try. First of all, 10 plus points for bravery.
Yeah.
But isn't it funny sometimes when you have something in your head and there's a bunch of people around, it never fucking comes out right, does it?
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, it's better when it's on.
I'm
Somebody
trying to
else
say
wanna
one
be
thing,
brave?
and,
I'll do it, fucking.
I'll do it after him.
Yeah, I'll do
Or
it.
if you have any one-liner that you want to say in Chuck's voice, go for it.
I covered wars,
Much better. Much better. You're getting better. Now, if I had 5 minutes to work with you, I could make you sound like Chuck, but I don't. So next.
Oh, shit.
I volunteer.
I volunteer too.
Same.
Yeah. You know what? You go first. I'll go after you, I guess, if you allow it.
I laughed. I cried. It sucked.
That's good, man. I like that. I like that. That's a good. That's a good line too. Well done. Well done. All right, next.
I was. I don't know why. I'm drawing a blank. I was immediately going to say a Spike Spiegel line. Like from Cowboy Bebop. So what's a good one? The one we talked about before, and I have bounced back now. Right.
Quicker! Don't make a fucking ham sandwich out of it. Hurry up.
There's so much bounce back I can't think. Yeah, you're on fire.
Nice.
Let me try
I know
one.
one.
I can do
Take
it.
your time, honey.
Apologies. There was so much bounce back. I'm sorry.
Good one. No, that was good. Couple more.
I got.
I know one.
I'll do one. Just like Mom used to make.
Not
Yes.
bad. Not bad. Not bad.
Yeah.
Sounds like you guys have played the game more than once.
Wait. Wait. Oh yeah. I'm sorry. I'll try and redo my my failure earlier. That was like a porno without all the sex.
That was good.
I got one.
You're not getting much love, brother.
No, I like the line. Like, he has my support.
There you go. There you go.
All right.
You know what? I don't judge at all. I love them all. Just the fact that you got up and said something, all of you guys, like, kudos, man. I love it. That's awesome.
I got one.
So,
Thanks, Mr. Greene.
listen, whoever's still left, whether you're on voice or whether the text part of this Chuck Greene program, if you're not following me, come follow me. I want to do more of these, not a lot, but just once in a while, once every 3 months or something like that. And I want to work on getting TJ here. Not me personally, but if you put the right energy out, you never know, right? So, and then maybe some other characters as well, because I know it's important for you guys to keep the community alive. DR2, even though it was a long time ago, or DR for that matter, it's the type of series that doesn't lose anything over time. It still holds its own in weight, which is really, really cool. And, that's the reason why all you guys, are still here. So I want to be part of that community, keeping it going. And in order to do that, the home base for a community, one, of course, is STIP. He's done all the YouTube stuff, and all the admins on this on Discord are great as well. I mean, that helps a lot. All your chat rooms, and use Chuck Greene. Use my Instagram as well as part of keeping the community together. So maybe some of you that know my Instagram URL, maybe you could do a hyperlink.
Yeah, I just shared it
for the people. I will say what it is. It's pretty simple. Instagram.com, obviously. Not obviously, though. I should stop. Instagram.com. Instagram.com. What is it? / Peter B. Fleming. Is there a slash?
Yeah. Yes.
So Instagram.com / Peter B. Fleming. FLEMMING. Is that right? Cool.
What if we don't follow you?
What's that?
What if we don't follow you?
I don't give a shit. Don't follow me.
Wait.
Wow. He'll come back to the compiler.
Why is there a red dot on my forehead?
Don't mind that.
I think you want to be more concerned about the chainsaw that's going on in the background.
Chainsaw.
Or the defiler that the duct tape is being prepared for.
Motorcycle engine.
That could be my favorite weapon, though. That and the chair. I like the wheelchair.
What, the defiler?
Oh yeah.
Oh, wait, the gun chair or the electric chair?
I don't know. I like them both.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
I built the defiler a while ago. I'm so proud of myself.
I like Slappy too. I have no idea why I like.
Oh,
the
Slappy's cool.
Yeah.
He's fucked up and it's
Brent
awesome.
Ernst.
Yeah.
Absolute nutcase.
Like he just like ignores his name. I'm Slappy. Okay, Brent Ernst writes it down. Writes his real name down. Knows it somehow.
It's in the file.
All right, guys. Listen, I'm gonna tune out. I just want to before I go, I want to thank.
Oh, he cut off.
You cut out.
There you go. Yeah, thank you so much, Peter. You're welcome. Awesome.
Somebody save him. Somebody save him.
No.
That was his thank you.
I want to thank, and we all just say you're welcome.
Man is lost without.
That's all I had to say.
Man can get lost.
I just gotta say,
Get the quick step. Go save him.
Okay, let me help Chuck Greene. Let me help him out.
This is so awesome.
We can't hear you, but
Yeah, thank you.
Thank
so
you.
much, man.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We all,
Thanks, man. It means a lot.
You made
we
my
all love
day.
you. As Chuck Greene or as
Yeah,
Peter
we all wanna say
Flemming,
thank
we love you.
This is a dream come true
Yeah.
for some of us.
Yeah, you're a great guy.
I was so happy to be in here
Yep.
that I stress ate 2 yogurts. Thank you for being here, Chuck.
I
That
couldn't
was
stop
amazing.
sitting around my room. I mean,
There's
it's
blood
Chuck
everywhere.
Greene.
There's what?
Man, we're all fucking nerds.
Oh, and
Hell
don't
yes,
we love
dude.
it?
How many
This
things
is
did
the
you
final
send
round.
out? Like, there's blood everywhere in my room. Oh god.
It's because you didn't follow Peter Flemming.
I did. I just asked the question. Okay.
Oh well, then you got the wrong house. I'm sorry about
Cut out
that.
because he went with motorcycle coming
Hey,
after you.
these things. That's what
No,
happens.
no,
You
not
don't follow him.
No, not just motorcycle, slicycle.
Oh shit.
Oh yes.
Like, what did I do except for all the bad things I did?
You're not
Oh,
following
God.
Peter Flemming.
Those.
Or is it because of all those survivors I killed by
You're the
Follow
real
me, then follow Peter
psychopath.
Fleming.
Did you
No,
do
that
a
was DR1. You didn't
cycle
give a
mode
shit.
run?
That was in DR1. You didn't give a shit. I'm just kidding.
All right. Well, I'm not sure what's happening, but I messaged Peter.
I think he's may have died.
Yeah.
God, are we gonna figure out who he wants to thank?
Probably my.
Well, no, cliffhanger, man.
Now I'm thinking of a question I should have asked him. I should have asked him Rebecca Chang or Stacy Forsyth.
Oh yeah.
Stacy Forsyth. Stacy is better.
I'm
Stacey's
surprised.
best girl.
Rebecca though. Rebecca gang, rise up.
Everyone, you just
Come on, Rebecca, man, Rebecca.
I'm
Yeah,
surprised.
but like Stacy's very motherly.
VC.
I just started the wife
Canadian,
war, didn't I?
Everyone hates Stacy. OTR.
Like nothing good came out of Canada.
Peter Flemming is from Canada.
Yeah,
He's Canadian.
Still, he's Canadian. Yeah. Like, what did Canada ever do for the world?
Wouldn't it be funny if you just joined the voice call again the moment you started saying that? You'd be like, excuse me.
Say about Canada.
Like he's already got assassins
What'd you
after
say,
me.
buddy?
Yeah,
All right.
Stippo, I was kind of surprised at your voice. It sounds different for some reason. It's kind of
What?
funny. No, Stippo's voice. When he first talked, I was like,
Yeah, I
wait,
noticed that too.
Oh, does it?